group of passionate young women from Adelaide, Australia, here to talk to you about living with ME/CFS, which is Myalgic Encephalomyelitis, or more commonly known as chronic fatigue syndrome, and fibromyalgia, two poorly understood and heavily stigmatised conditions that primarily affect women.
Hi, my name's Emily. I've had chronic fatigue syndrome and related illnesses for 10 years. I was 15 when I first got sick. It was a really daunting experience and quite isolating. Before I got sick, I had dreams of becoming a psychologist. I'm still working really hard to get towards those goals, but it's becoming extremely challenging. I'm currently housebound and unable to study and have been for the last year.
Hi, I'm Rita. I got glandular fever when I was 18 and I've been sick with chronic fatigue, ME, for 6 years now. I just moved to Canberra to study medical science on a sponsorship at the Australian National University. I got like a flu-like virus, and one day I collapsed in a hallway and I went blind and deaf.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I remember screaming, but I couldn't hear myself scream. And that's how it started.
Oh, hi, I'm Amy. I have chronic fatigue, myalgic encephalomyelitis, FMS, all sorts of things. And I got sick when I was 13. It was March the 2nd, 2007. I was at the Clipsal with my dad, and I fell on the floor and fell asleep, and that was it. And it just spiralled from that. My official diagnosis happened in August, 6 months after, and it's not fun. I don't recommend it.
So I'm Rachel, and I have a diagnosis of chronic fatigue syndrome. I started developing that when I was 23, about 3 years ago. At first I began to notice at work that I was having a lot of cognitive difficulties. I was having trouble with my memory, having a lot of concentration issues on the computer screen, that kind of thing. And gradually, over about 6 months, it got worse and worse, and fatigue started to come in, and I couldn't remember sometimes the sentence that I'd said before. And that continued to deteriorate for about 6 months, and then I eventually had to stop work because fatigue was so bad.
Sure. So I'm Kirsty. I'm 28, and I first developed chronic pain about 2.5 years ago. And after obviously a lot of tests and ruling out a lot of conditions, I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia about 1.5 to 2 years ago.
My name is Ellen, and I have been diagnosed with multiple chronic conditions, 2 of those being chronic fatigue syndrome and fibromyalgia. And I've been sick for quite a long time, since I was about 14. And I also have some other autoimmune diseases, including rheumatoid arthritis and some other things. Besides that, I'm a PhD student in sociology, and I do that part-time. I have a dog, and I live with my partner and my mum.
Okay, well hi, I'm Gypsy. I'm 30 and I have chronic fatigue syndrome, which I've had since I was about 19. I'm also doing a PhD part-time and living with my mum and my lovely dog Denver.